Quick recall. Last synchronous session, we have discussed the Earth's heat is the source of many dynamic processes. Internal processes within the Earth create a dynamic system that links the three major geologic sections of the Earth: the core, the mantle, and the crust. Huge amounts of energy conserved and created near the center of the Earth are transferred by internal processes to other parts of the globe, where they become the forces that create mountain chains, volcanoes, and earthquakes. Endogenic processes have been responsible for shaping the Earth's reliefs and the formation of many of the most important mineral resources. Risks associated with the occurrence of endogenous processes are different everywhere. We can say that the greatest risk associated with the edges of the tectonic plates on which are bound effect of tectonic movements brought about by endogenous processes. What if one day you turned on the news channel to learn that every active volcano on the Earth is erupting? If all the volcanoes on Earth erupted at once, would our planet survive all the ash, molten lava, and scorching gases? How far up into the atmosphere would the ash go? Would there be anyone left to report the news? We have associated the heat of the Earth's core like angry anime characters last synchronous session. And for sure, you can relate on these characters because you know that when you're angry, you want to explode, right? In your module, you were able to make a 5-step anger management plan. For this session, let us make sense of these endogenous processes and why are we the best example for this. This afternoon for our Chalk Talks, I'm glad to tell you that we are with Mr. Robert Dominic Gonzalez, or Rob for short, a registered pharmacist, a noted pharmacy board exam lecturer, a medical intern on the University of Santo Tomas Faculty of Medicine and Surgery, a mental health champion and a student leader, the president of University of Santo Tomas Central Student Council. As a mental health advocate, Rob will be talking about recognizing emotions, those negative feelings such as anger, breaking gender stereotypes regarding mental health, and some tips or friendly reminders why bottling up your feelings can be disadvantageous for you and for the people you love. My dear learners, welcome to our Chalk Talks.
Welcome to Chalk Talks, transcending science topics that really matter. From talks about science content blogs to social issues to prepare you for a career ahead of you. All relevant for you and the generations we are in. Here, we will relate and make sense of our Earth and life science discussions to more conscious, more exciting, and more inspiring interviews from people who are scholars, experts of their fields, student leaders, and media personalities. Chalk Talks, transcending science lessons to what really matters.
Good afternoon, Sir Robert. It is such an honor to be with you this afternoon despite your busy schedule. We just have a few questions for you for our Chalk Talk segment for our online class. And these questions relate to mental health awareness. For the first one, sir, actually, I have to be honest with this one also because there are times when I want to be with my friends than with my family. And then there are also times that I would cancel plans, okay, with whatever alibi or excuses that I have to be with my family than with my friends. Generally, with limited movement that we have now during the pandemic, how did COVID-19 affected or change the way we feel?
First of all, thank you for that question. No, it's and thank you for this platform as well, Miss Jasmine. This portion where we talk about mental health issues is really, really an essential, especially during these times of pandemic. Kasi isa to dun sa mga nagiging main issues natin, no? Lalo na ngayong panahon na to, wala tayong masyadong malapitan. So just like what you said a while ago, we don't have our friends beside us para makapag-rant tayo with, para makalabas tayo with or hang out with, ganun. So we cannot deny the fact that this pandemic has caused us to shift from our usual ways of living before with to living with a lot of stresses along this crisis that we are facing. Fear of being inflicted by the virus, missing your friends, missing your loved ones, the idea of not being able to see them for a very long time. So these thoughts are very painful thoughts inflicting us from day to day, causing us feelings of anxiety, hopelessness, anger, and recklessness or fear. So now, with these, let me share a few things which may help us deal with these problems. So a short disclaimer, I know that we are dealing with different types of problems and stresses. Of course, we have our very own ways of dealing with these problems. And I hope through these tips, I get to help you even in the simplest ways. So first, so never feel guilty kapag hindi ka nakakapag-reply sa mga messages, or on the other side of the fence, never make your friends or others feel guilty tuwing hindi sila nakakapag-reply sa'yo immediately kasi they might be going through things then. Among the best coping mechanisms that we can employ during these times is to adopt things to manage stress. So first, include exercising on our schedule. Basically, do things that you love or make you happy. Okay, so it's never wrong to enjoy on your own ways, on your own simple ways, even during these times of pandemic. As long as you know that ina-acknowledge natin na sensitive pa rin tayo kahit papaano dun sa mga pinagdadaanan ng mga kababayan natin. And syempre, dapat hindi rin tayo makalimot tumulong sa iba, even though we are enjoying or being happy during these times.
So for the next question, Sir Robert, actually these are two related questions. Why is recognizing our emotions important, especially for those emotions that are tagged as bad or as negative, like anger, disappointment, hatred? And what are the dangers when someone bottles up those kind of feelings?
Ayun, thank you for that question, Miss Jasmine. No? Kasi isa to dun sa mga bagay rin na wrong yung connotation natin on the present times. Kasi sabi nila, kapag feel mo na malungkot ka, itago mo lang sa sarili mo. Sabi nila, kapag galit ka, itago mo lang sa sarili mo. But that's actually not the right way of dealing with these emotions. They're not necessarily bad. So being sad or being angry are not necessarily bad kasi they are signs that you're capable of feeling, capable of emotions, that you are human as well. So these are kung pag-aaralan natin to sa psychology or sa mga psych subjects natin, no, sasabihin nila na normal responses ang sadness and anger kapag may mga nafe-feel tayong undesirable things. So, ayun, being in touch with your feelings will make you feel better as a person as well as a better parent and partner in the future. So, what happens when we choose to bury our feelings? So, this causes us to act differently. So, let's give a scenario. So, for example, kapag malungkot ka, tendency mo parang dahil sinasabihan ka parati dati na itago mo lang yan sa sarili mo, lilipas din yan. Ang tendency sa atin nun ay i-isolate natin yung sarili natin kapag malungkot tayo, to withdraw from our groups of friends kapag malungkot tayo. So, what happens then? We only have ourselves. So that's a dangerous thing kasi it poses us different threats such as, so, yun, trigger warning. So, it poses us into threats such as suicides, ganyan, into hurting ourselves, self-harm. But we need to acknowledge that these people are undergoing several emotional and biochemical factors inside their body and react inappropriately because our emotions are pulling us into different directions from where we really want or where we really need to go. So for example, nag-aya yung mga kaibigan natin na gusto nilang lumabas, ganyan. Tapos sa loob-loob mo, gusto mong sumama kasi gusto mo silang makasama, gusto mong mag-enjoy with them. But again, you're bottling up your emotions. Malungkot ka, galit ka, ganun. So, anong nangyari? In the end, na-reject mo sila. another danger. Other times, we need to express our pain and sadness, but many people are afraid to do so because they fear that once they say that they are in pain or they are sad, ipaperceive sila ng mga tao as weak or mahina. So, siguro perfect din dito yung example ng toxic masculinity, ganyan, when it comes to dealing with our emotions. So, please, children or fellow students, and of course to those who are hearing this talk, I hope that kung may nakikita kayong mga males or mga men na who still implore toxic masculinity, na sinasabi nila sa sarili nila na bawal akong umiyak, lalaki ako, please help us break that stereotype of them. It's never wrong to cry. It's never wrong to express your emotions to someone. It doesn't signify that you're weak. Actually, kung titignan ko nga personally in my viewpoint, it's a strong thing or strong point of one person kapag kaya niya mag-express ng sarili niya.
Like to emphasize what you have said a while ago, Sir Robert, that we should be in touch with our feelings. So that's a very good line. And then lastly, thank you for breaking that stigma once and for all that all men should not be weak in front of other people. They shouldn't cry. They shouldn't feel their feelings because they are men, right? We have the right to feel what we feel because we are all humans, regardless of what color of our skin is, regardless of what our sexual orientation is or preference. Okay. And then lastly, Sir Robert, hurtling through your medical school and being a student leader at such a big university, UST, what are your top three self-care or mental health habits that you can share with our students? Maybe they can consider it, not trying, so they can cope up during this online classes or during this whole pandemic.
So 3 self-care tips or habits that I want to share with you guys. So practicing self-care isn't always easy. No? Most of us are parang preoccupied with our crazy busy schedules, especially on academics, on our workloads, stressful jobs, ganyan. So yung iba naman too consumed with technology. So sometimes they even forget to make time for themselves. So therefore, making me time or self-time is parang nagiging last na sa agenda natin with all those things that preoccupies us. So worse, we can even sometimes feel na parang nakaka-guilty yung magpahinga, ganyan, dahil sa dami ng ginagawa natin, which is a bad sign na parang kailangan na talaga natin magpahinga. So getting started with self-care can be very challenging. So that's the summary. So now, among the few steps or self-care tips that I can give you, number 1, make sleep or rest a part of your self-care routine. Okay? So number 2, learning how to say no to other people and saying yes to self-care. So what do I mean by that? Kasi 'di ba, may mga times na naghihingi ng tulong yung isang tao sa'yo. It's okay to say no pa rin. Okay? Kasi may mga times na even though nanghihingi ng tulong yung mga tao sa atin, mahirap kung tutulong tayo pero ubos na tayo. Ganon. So that's the point where you need to say no. You need to tend to yourself muna. You need to take care of yourself muna. Then, once you're okay with yourself, once you took care of yourself already, that's the time that you go back to that person, dun mo na siya tulungan. Okay? So, tip number 3, taking a self-care trip. So, what do I mean by this? So, hindi naman ibig sabihin na kapag trip ay lalabas ka, pupunta sa malayong lugar. So, basically, the goal is to veer away from your normal schedule, normal busy schedule, and take time to do something just for yourself. So, those are the 3 tips. So, to summarize, so number 1, make sleep and rest a part of your self-care routine. Number 2, learning how to say no to others and saying yes to your self-care. And tip number 3, take a self-care trip.
That would be all, Sir Robert. Thank you so much for helping our students, our faculty to widen and deepen our perspectives regarding mental health awareness, for providing very relevant example, no, easy, and then these examples can really be seen in our daily lives. We keep on saying yes to many
Mm-hmm.
priorities, and then we end up losing ourselves in the middle, right? So thank you, Sir Robert, for
Yeah.
sharing your knowledge with us. We appreciate it so much. We really have learned a lot from Sir Rob. I hope that his insights helped you assess your actions towards your mental health and have widened your perspectives regarding mental health issues. Well, we all go through tough times and people help us through them. Other times you have been worried about other people's mental health or distress. Whether they're a friend, a family member, or colleague, there are many ways to support somebody you care about. That's it for our day 2 synchronous session for this week.